to say men should pay on first dates. Going around the table, just show of hands. Should men pay for first dates? Show of hands. Okay. Why? To you and to you. Why?
Because I just think that I don't know, men should be men and pay for a date,
Should women be women?
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so are there other traditional gender roles that you expect men to?
I just was raised traditional, and I know my life isn't traditional. It's alternative now. But if I go on a date with a guy and he doesn't pay, I think less of him.
Will there be a second date?
No. If I have to pay for the first date?
Well, say you don't pay for his share, but he says 2 checks.
I'd be like, it's fine. I'll take it and I'll never see you again.
Okay, so it'd be a check is even. What about you, Lindsay Lee?
I think for me it's that I can charge so much online for my time. So if I'm going to take the time to go out to dinner and waste my life trying to find someone that won't bore me, then yeah, I do want the dinner paid because more than likely I'm not going to go back out with them.
A little transactional, but I guess my question to you is, you said it's traditional. My dear.
I know. That's why I backed it up with. I know I don't live a traditional lifestyle anymore.
But how do you reconcile being a mattress actress?
Because I'm a hypocrite? I don't know.
Okay, that's an acceptable answer, I guess.
We're all hypocrites.
Body count. If she can
have self-aware.
But
it's different. That's different.
You compared it with football. You compared it with all those things. I'm saying,
different.
I feel like I'm just going to be used in so many like out of context reels for Instagram. It's going to just be like, yeah,
at least
I'm a hypocrite.
At least you look good. The bob is bobbing.
But again, though, I'm trying to reconcile this whole, you want men to be traditional, but you're way far away from traditional yourself.
Right.
Yeah, because I am living in a delusional world in my head, Brian. I'm glad that we went over my psychosis today.
I know. Ironically, we both ended up in the same spot with very different backgrounds, but we're both doing safe things.
I'm Delulu. So. Like, I don't know what's going on. I've only been in corn for since October, and I'm just fucking confused, But,
okay.
I don't...
Do you have any objections to men who wouldn't want you to date you because of your work?
No, I don't care. If a guy, doesn't want to date me because, he thinks I'm a whore or whatever, whatever. Cool.
Should men be chivalrous?
If he wants to date me because I'm more cool.
Hold on. I got to do... let me do... Sorry, Nick stepped away here. So I'm going to... 1 second. Yeah. Should men be chivalrous to whores?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my Lanta.
That's what she just said the word.
Should men
Chivalrous is like...
Should men be chivalrous to whores?
I don't think they have to, but I think it's a very good sign of I still respect you as a woman and you're safe with
it
me.
just depends on the
But
guy.
can't you respect a woman and not pay for her shit?
Yeah.
At that point, you're kind of like my kid.
Wait, is that
pay for the first date?
Is that the only way to respect a woman is to pay for her? Okay.
No.
It's
Yes.
like a normal thing. The first date.
Lucy's funny. Loosey goosey. She's funny. She's a funny gal. But
listen, I'm aware what I do and how people view me now and how many people have been inside of me and blah blah blah. You can judge me or you cannot judge me. You can be with me. You cannot be with me. I don't care. I really don't care. And you know what? And I'll judge you too. So it's cool.
yeah, that's fine. Wait. So, but you asked me a question. What was your question?
I don't remember.
Oh, do I pay for first dates?
Yeah. Well, because you're so adamant about it. So I'm just are you the guy that doesn't?
No, I pay for first dates. Although I used to not.
A good man.
I used to not do it, but now I do.
So what's the argument? Why are you even arguing so much about it?
Well, I
don't you
think
think it's just a nice thing?
So,
I think he's trying to
here's
get
the
debate out of
thing.
me.
If your goal as the guy, I'm assuming if you're going on a date with a specific woman, you're not just doing it for the fuck of it. You're doing it for some purpose. Whether you're a guy who's interested in casual or you're a guy who's looking for a relationship. The most optimal move to make on the chessboard when it comes to dating is to pay for the first date. It's never going to hurt you to pay for the first date, and it's oftentimes can hurt you if you don't pay for it. So from like that perspective, yeah, the most optimum move, just pay for the date.
Well said.
Yeah.
I have a question.
But if we're having like a conversation about what's fair,
Right.
and I'm like bird's eye view, I'm looking at a situation, I'm like, okay, here's this guy, he's on a date. Like, for example, even if it's not a woman who's involved in sex work, I don't think a guy should pay for the first date if the girl fucked a different dude that morning. Like, let's say she fucked another dude recently. The guy shouldn't. I don't think that's like, if she's coming to a date with another man's seed still inside of her, that you're not a traditional woman, that dude should not have to, he shouldn't be on the date to begin with, but he definitely shouldn't pay for the date.
That's oddly specific, like it happened to you or something.
The seed.
To be in your
No,
head.
I mean, not to my knowledge, but like
Okay.
you literally, hold on, but you literally said that you were on a date with a guy.
Yes. Yeah.
You were on a
Wait,
date with a
wait,
guy,
need to say
and
it
then the
again?
guy who you were also fucking, a different guy who you were also
Yes,
fucking,
let's say it again.
walked up. Well, hey, I'm giving the example.
One more time.
Said, enjoy my seed or whatever to the other
man.
dude or some shit. You know?
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I just sat there and finished eating, and he left, and yeah.
Do you think in a world without any sort of like adult content, what like men would be able to figure out how to satisfy their desires and pleasure and all that stuff in a healthy way?
Are you asking if they would have less fetishes?
Well, yeah, because I mean,
I think they would, absolutely.
there's a lot of men who
What?
they'll
Porn.
watch the content version so that they don't
Right.
go out and act on it.
But there's been a lot of research on people beginning to watch porn and how it intensifies over time. And so I think a lot of sexual fetishes actually arise from early exposure as youth
I would
to
agree.
porn. And then it gets harder, they get more explorative, and then all of a sudden they have some weird kink or fetish because they've built some neural programming and loop that's how they get off. And so if there was less of that, yeah, I think we'd have less sexual fetishes.
But
I
why
agree.
Why is it wrong to have like a certain sexual fetish unless it has to like involve someone like underage people or whatever, like something that's actually bad? You know what I mean? Like, are you saying fetishes in general are bad?
I wasn't making a blanket statement regarding fetishes in general, but I think fetishes lead to a form of perversion. And so,
And perversion's bad.
absolutely. And
Got it.
so my point is that the corn is a catalyst for these types of fetishes and perversions that get out of hand. So maybe some people have different things. I'm not making blanket statements about that, but corn is certainly a catalyst of why this is becoming more and more normalized and more people have these weird kinks.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
They wouldn't see it without.
I
that.
mean,
'Cause
like, I can't disagree with that, but at
Yeah.
the same time, like, I do corn, and it has changed my life as I know it.
Yeah.
And it's no takesy backsies.
I feel like the red pill guys though, they teach these men that, you know, if you're not feeling right mentally, like you shouldn't go like seek a counselor and talk to them, and you got to tough it out, and you just got to be like David Goggins and all this shit.
I would say go find an Orthodox priest. So that's
Well, but you
I
know,
don't
think
there's,
that
there's
they
a
would
lot of
wanna
people
talk to me.
who won't. There's a lot of atheists and men who don't believe, and they're not going to go do that. But my
Right.
point being, like, there's some women who like they'll make them just feel good about themselves on OnlyFans or wherever, and it's like, what if he would have offed himself the next day if she hadn't just said some nice words to him? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's some
Wait, what?
benefits,
Wait,
but it doesn't
Hold on,
justify
men are
the
like
entire.
not unaliving because the typer chatter who's like a dude on OnlyFans, but it's like it's the girl's OnlyFans page, but it's the typer is like, no, don't do that.
In like the
Well, no, I'm
Philippines.
I'm
And then
speaking
he's
from
like,
personal experience.
don't do it.
I'm speaking from personal experience. I've had
You've-
dozens
you've
of men who've
saved
told me,
Men from
not even just a life
unaliving.
thing.
I
There's been a
save- I
few
save
like
lives.
that. But there's been a few who've said, like, if it weren't
This
for
girl.
talking to me, like, they don't know where they would be, and that, you know, it's something where they just feel like nobody else wants them. So,
Many women expecting traditional values from men when they themselves are far from traditional is insane. And yet they wonder why men are looking for virgin women in non-feministic countries.
I mean, the whole thing with the paying thing, it's like chivalry is for ladies.
Chivalry is dead, isn't it?
Well, and women killed it. But
to his point, like, I have no problem paying for everything, and that's the expectation between me and my wife. But she's a traditional girl, so it's like the expectations of me being a traditional man, a provider and a protector and a leader, like, that's the exchange.
wait, question. Going around the table, everybody wants the man to pay, I think, except it's just you. Chloe, will you take a man's last name if you get married?
Of course.
Will you take his last, not hyphenate, you'll take his last name if you get married?
No, well, the only reason is because my dad passed away, so I want to keep hyphenate and keep my last name.
Okay, what about you?
Fuck my dad. I'm changing it.
So if you get married, you'll take his name?
Yeah.
Okay, what about you? Will you take?
Exact same answer. Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
I'll probably like add it to after mine. I have like a pretty strong like family heritage. I don't know.
So you would not?
I would just like add it.
You'd hyphenate. Okay, what about you?
Yeah, I would take the name.
Did you take your husband's last name?
Yeah, I'd take his last name.
So no and no. But you guys want men to pay for
But
first
it's
dates?
not a no.
I mean,
It's
I'll
not a
take
no.
You want men to pay
it's
for
not
first
a
dates?
no.
What the
Wait,
fuck?
that's why I'm saying I would hyphenate it. It's more because I don't have anyone else to carry my dad's last name, and I want to keep his name alive.
That's fair.
That is fair, Brian.
What's your last name?
I'm not saying that. The fuck.
Okay, I thought it was out there. Okay, I didn't
No.
know. That's fine. That's fine.
But I just want to keep his name alive because my brother's not gonna have any kids, and there's no one else to carry that last name.
Why
so.
won't they have kids?
My brother?
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to have any.
Oh, okay.
I think just there's lots of reasons, but I think
But I mean,
what?
Is he
that's
also
not very
a
traditional.
What's not traditional?
Not taking the husband's last name.
But why? So you hear my reason because my dad passed away, and I want to like that's still
Well, okay.
Because I'm not.
My dad passed away,
And what?
And for this reason, I don't want to do any of my traditional duties.
But I'm not a traditional person either, and I also.
Then why do you
would-
want men to pay for first dates?
I feel like I'm traditional in some ways and some not. Like I'm saying
Okay,
that like
so-
the last name thing. That's why I would take their last name, but also hyphenate it.
Are
'cause
you-
I think that I should take their last name, but I also want mine.
Are you traditional in any ways that come to your detriment, conceivably?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, are you picking and choosing? Like, tradition is a buffet. So okay, I like it when men are protectors and providers. But, oh, wait, I have potential duties or I have things
Ooh,
that I
that's
have to
me.
do? Yeah, that's
No,
definitely
but
you.
that's not. I don't think that men have to do things that I don't. Like, I don't think like a woman who wants a man who provides, pays for everything, and they just sit home and they don't cook him a meal or do anything. I think that's ridiculous as well. I think a woman who wants things, they should also provide things as well. I think it's an exchange, but also I don't think it's a problem if a woman doesn't want that life either. Like, I think it's.
I think you should just like pick and choose, like
That's
whatever you
what
want
I'm
to
saying.
do,
Like,
whatever you don't want
if
to
she
do.
doesn't want to cook for me and she doesn't want to, that's fine. But I feel like if I want a certain life and I want like that, I'm okay playing that role as long as like I'm getting what I need as well. Like it should be an equal payoff thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're both happy.
I feel like it's okay to pick and choose if they're both okay with it.
That's
you
what
know,
I'm saying. Yeah, like
if
I'm
he's
not picking
okay-
or choosing like in my own regard, like saying like he needs to do this and I won't do that. It's not like that. It's more like some things I'm okay with, some things I'm not. You know?
I feel you, girl. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think women dictate a lot of terms in the dating marketplace. So this idea of like, okay, if women are okay with it and men are okay with it, I'm still just having a conversation about what is and what isn't fair. So if I'm from a bird's eye view, I acknowledge, like, with my criticisms when it comes to you guys being promiscuous or involved in sex work, but still expecting men to pay, I know for a fact you guys don't have a problem finding men who are willing to pay for you on dates. This is, despite your promiscuity, despite you being modern women, you can still find men to fall into their traditional gender roles and pay for dates. What I'm saying here is, it's not that you can't find it. I'm making a criticism of whether that's a fair shake for the guy. And I don't think it is. I don't think it's fair for a guy to pay for a first date with a woman who is sexually involved with another man or who's a porn star
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Corn star. Whoopsie.
That's what I'm saying. And these people are like, these men are knowledgeable, like they know that they're doing this. Like, who cares what they decide to do? Like, these men know that they're paying for dinner for these women that are sexually active with other people, and they're okay with that. And if you're not okay with that, that's okay. But also, it's okay if that man's okay with it. It's okay if someone thinks something's okay and you don't think it's okay. You know what I mean? I think everyone's allowed to do whatever they want.
It's not fair.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
point
What does
he's
that
trying to get
mean? Like,
across, is
fair,
if
like
it's fair or
because
not.
it doesn't matter if it's.
Is
like,
it fair?
They enjoy it. They're paying
Maybe
for it.
not.
They're,
Well, it's not fair if they do it, but it's also not. I don't think it's fair to have that expectation, which you do have.
I don't think it's fair either, but I'm still gonna have it
Okay, I mean, yeah.
because I'm.
I guess that makes
I don't.
sense.
Why is it fair? You don't think I should take their last name? Like, why is that such a big deal traditionally? Like, and I am taking their last name. I just want to.
Well, I'm trying to yeah.
Are you
that-
saying comparing the two with traditional and that, and I should have that opinion and that opinion? Is that what you're saying? Like,
Well, it's just how do you reconcile like holding men to certain traditional gender roles, but then also, okay, I don't want to take the guy's last name.
and you think me hyphenating is not taking it?
No, that's the traditional thing is you take his last name fully, not hyphenate. That's some
Actually,
feminist.
you know what? I'll change that. I'm
bullshit.
gonna take the guy's last name because
bullshit.
I don't think my family really wants me to have their last name anymore.
There you go. Love that.
So
for
you know what? I'm gonna add
Loosey
on.
goosey. I love that.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna officially go change it to Goosey.
Great.
Thank you guys so much.
Great. All right. Here's what we're gonna do, guys. Get some.